Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's episode, we're going to be looking at 5 aspects of the free version of Canva that we can use to help us market our print-on-demand designs on the Pinterest platform so that we can actually increase the possibility of more exposure for the design and hence drive more traffic to our particular print-on-demand shops and hopefully gain more sales in the process. It's a real exciting, very informative episode. I'm going to take you step by step through it. So kick back, sit back, relax, grab a pen and paper, and join me as we look at the benefits of using Canva to market our designs on the Pinterest platform. Now, before we continue with today's episode, the fact that you're here gives indication that you're interested in all things pertaining to print on demand. And for that, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit back and watch this episode. I certainly hope it's going to provide you with a lot of value. For those of you who are returning subscribers, thank you so much for your subscription and for following me on this channel. And for those of you who are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click on that bell notification, and give this video a like. It does wonders for the YouTube algorithm and really helps out this channel. So thank you in advance for clicking that like, that bell notification icon, and your subscription. Now let's head over to my computer and continue with today's episode. Okay, so welcome to my computer screen, and as you can see, I have Canva up on my screen here. And well, for those of you who may not know what Canva is a website upon which you could basically create anything that your creative mind can think of, whether it be posts for social media, flyers, posters. Basically, the sky's the limit with respect to Canva. And it's a very versatile and easy to use platform that anybody can put to good use. As you can see here, I have been using Canva recently. I basically use it on a daily basis for my social media posts. And as I stated earlier, it is a real easy program. Now, this is not easy for me to say because I basically have been a stringent diehard Photoshop user. And I still do use Photoshop on a regular basis. But sometimes when I want to create something on the fly, really quick, really easy, and I don't want to wait for Photoshop to load up, I simply just open up a Google Chrome and navigate to Canva and basically open it up, as you can see here, and get creating. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you 5 aspects of Canva on the free version of Canva that I utilize in order to help me create my designs, my social media posts. Basically, whatever I need to post on the internet, I usually come to Canva to help me create it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be utilizing Canva with Pinterest in mind. Now, you can use these techniques effectively with any social media platform. It's not just necessarily Pinterest, but for those of you who've been following me as of late, you know how firmly I believe in the positive aspects that Pinterest can provide in driving traffic to our respective print-on-demand shops. I think compared to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, which are really good platforms in their own right, but they basically focus on the immediacy of a post. And after a while, that post disappears. And to find it is not that easy. Whereas with respect to Pinterest, once you actually post a pin onto the platform, it is searchable. You can find it, people can find it today, tomorrow, next week, even in years to come. So long as a platform, which I don't suspect is going to disappear anytime soon, you will be able to find it. And the best thing about Pinterest is that unlike, say, for example, Google, when you search for something, it gives you page and then page 2 and then page 3 and so on and so forth. Pinterest doesn't do that. It just gives you a feed with pin upon pin upon pin that you can continuously scrolling through. And as a person scrolls further and further down, be it on a mobile device or on a PC or what have you, they're always going to be presented with pins from the most recent post all the way up to pins that have been posted years ago, so long as obviously the person continues to scrolling. And that's the beauty of Pinterest, because if I post something today, there's a good bet that if you go onto it and search for it according to a keyword, there's a really good chance that you're going to find it. And obviously, the more it's found and the more it's clicked on, the more the algorithm is going to bump it up closer to the top so that more people will be able to find it. So we want to make sure that we're going to be using Canva to create eye-catching, effective pins that are going to grab people's attention, that is going to educate, that is going to entertain, and is going to lead people to our print-on-demand shop. So with that said, let's jump in to see how Canva can help us to utilize Pinterest to direct more traffic to our print-on-demand websites. Okay, so the first thing that we want to look at is with respect to creating a design. Now, if I navigate to the top over here where it says create a design, I can click on it and I'm given suggested types of canvases that I could consider to obviously start working on. Now, obviously, this is going to be different for everybody based on the different types of canvas dimensions that you would be choosing over, the usage of this particular platform. But in this particular case, we can go with Pinterest pin. Now, as you can see here, the Pinterest pin, the standard pin is always a ratio of 2:3. So in this case, 1000 to 1500 pixels. Now, if I just pop over quickly to Pinterest on the home feed, and we just wait for it to come out, you can see that on Pinterest there is a plethora of different types of pin sizes. Now, Pinterest always recommends 1000 pixels by 1500 pixels, and that's effectively your designs like these ones over here, okay? This lovely Valentine cat couple. But as you can see, there are other pins which are smaller, which I definitely don't recommend because those are easily lost in the feed. What you want to do is you want to always try to consider creating pins that is going to take up as much real estate on the feed as possible to get people to stop their scrolling and to take a look at your pin. And as you can see, there are a couple rather longish pins on the feed, as we can see here. So we have this one over here, which is relatively longer than this. So it's taking up a little bit more real estate. We've got this one over here, which happens to be a video pin. And again, you can continue scrolling through and you're going to see various sizes. And as you can see, a lot more pins are starting to get a little bit longer simply because they want to try and grab people's attention. Now, if we jump back over to Canva, what I would recommend that you do is that you create a canvas size of 1000 pixels by 2000 pixels. So we're going 500 pixels longer than what obviously the default canvas size on Canva is. Now, you can actually go a little bit longer if you want to, but be very, very careful because at a certain pixel length, Pinterest truncates a pin and cuts it off from the bottom. So if you have some really important information located around the bottom, the chances are it's going to be cut off and people aren't going to be able to see what it is that you are trying to show on that portion of the pin, and they might actually not even bother clicking on it. So I have found through experience that a 1000 pixel by 2000 pixel in terms of length is an effective pin size for me, and I'm hoping that the same will be said for you. Again, you can try different lengths of pixels and actually spin them up and see what happens. Totally up to you. But for me, it's 1000 pixels by 2000 pixels. So in order to get that custom size, I just click on this button over here which says custom size, and in the width I'm going to type in 1000, and in the height I'm going to type in 2000. Okay, once I've had that, I'm just going to click on create new design. And as you can see here, we have our canvas. Now, with respect to Canva, you can insert videos, you can insert pictures, you can use the templates that they have. Basically, you can do whatever that you want with respect to Canva. Now, if we just look here on the left-hand side, we've got a number of different selections. We have elements, your personal uploads, photos, text, audio and video, and even different background. Now you have to be a bit careful here because some resources on Canva will be free to use, while others you have to have the pro version in order to be able to gain access to those. But there is a way around that too as well. I've got you covered. So let's say for a moment that we wanted to create a picture pin. Okay, so we're just going to go on to photos, and let's say for a moment that we wanted to create, I don't know, a pin about dogs. Okay, so we're just gonna go into the search field here and type in dog. And basically, as you can see here, we have a number of photos pertaining to dogs, and some of them will have the pro version over here, so you can't really use them unless you have the pro version. But if you go through it, you'll come across others that are free. Okay, and when you find a photo that you would like to use, all you need to do is just click on it, and Canva will actually put the photo up on the canvas. And then it's just a question of just grabbing the handles and resizing accordingly to how it is that you would like for it to fit in. Okay, and if you don't like the photo that you've selected, all you need to do is just click on it, hit delete, and you're back to square one with the canvas. So you could actually choose this one here, and maybe I would want to resize it, bring it down to the bottom over here. Okay, and then once you have your picture in place, you can actually click on some text. So we're just going to click on add a heading, and when that happens, you have your font folder, which when you click down, there are a number of free fonts that you can use. Again, there are some which you have to have the pro version for, and you can just simply modify the font and the size of it by obviously navigating through the tools. You can change the color, you can add effects to it, you can animate the text. Literally, there is just so much that you can do with Canva that if I had to show you every single step, it would take forever, and probably this video would be a lot longer than what I'm hoping for it to be. So I'm not going to go through all of those steps. That's basically something for you to go through, to experiment, and I want to encourage you to experiment. Don't go in opening a canvas thinking you're going to create something straight away to put up, because, well, you might actually make it, but more often than not, if you really want to get the flavor and the true aspect of what this platform has to offer, you want to spend a little bit of time and experiment on it. So that way, when you do really need to sit down and create some effective pins, you'll know where to go, what you have to click on to be able to do. Now, if you don't want to create a canvas on your own, you can actually even use some of the templates that Canva has to offer. Okay, so the second tip that I want to share with you is that if you don't want to reinvent the wheel in terms of creating eye-catching pins for Pinterest, you can actually utilize the templates that Pinterest has on offer. So Canva has a team of professional designers who are constantly creating and coming out with new templates for whatever social media platform that you want to obviously post on. So all you need to do is just go into the search template field here, type in pin for Pinterest, hit enter, and as you can see here, you have a number of pins that show up obviously in the resource area, and then all you need to do is just basically go through them, find whatever is free, something that obviously grabs your attention, and you can basically click on it and then modify accordingly. So let's say we want to choose this one here. Now as you can see here, we've popped in the template. Canva has already reconfigured the template to fit the canvas size of 1000 pixels by 2000 pixels. And then basically all you need to do is just go in, you can change the photo, you can change the color scheme. So let's say, for example, we want to get rid of this photo here and we want to go back to the photo of the dogs. So let's just say we want to choose this one. All we need to do is just click and drag, and as you can see here, Canva actually put the photo, superimpose the photo over the previous one. And if you want to tweak it a little bit, you just double click on it. So obviously you get into the the editor portion for this photo, and you can just click and move it around accordingly. And when you're happy, you just click on done, and you've got this photo over here. So let's assume for a moment now that you want to create an eye-catching title, caption to grab people's attention. You just double click on the text over there and then just modify accordingly. So let's say we want to keep the truth about, I don't know, we'll just say raising, so I'm going to turn the caps on, raising cute puppies. Obviously, we're just working off the fly over here. When you're actually creating your pin, you're going to take a little bit more time and put a little bit more thought into it, so that obviously you're going to ensure that you're going to be presenting the best eye-catching captions and pins that you could possibly create. And again, if you want to change the color of the background, as you can see here, we have it highlighted and Canva shows us what the background color is. All I need to do is just click on it and I can choose any of the colors that Canva presents, or if I want a specific color, I can just click on the color picker here and then just navigate accordingly to where it is, or either navigate to whatever color that I would like to obviously choose. When I'm happy with it, I just click on it and click outside, and as you can see, the background has changed to the red color. And I can easily do that with this blob over here too as well. It is a sort of hot pink color. Let's change it into a yellow so that it would contrast against the red, or maybe let's not. Let's choose, I don't know, an orange, for example. Okay, again, you're going to take a little bit more time and you're going to be a little bit more careful in terms of what colors you're going to choose. A bonus tip for those of you who have been following my channel, know that I am a very big proponent for a website called schemecolor.com. Now, let me just show it to you very, very quickly over here for those of you who may not know what this website is. Schemecolor is a website platform that basically shows you a ton of different color palettes that you can select for your pins and your social media postings. Now, basically, all you can do is you can choose one of the suggested keywords they have down here. You can choose a color format, and it will show you different colors that are obviously complementary to that color. Or you can actually type in a keyword here yourself, and then Scheme Color will try to find the best possible matches for you and come back to you with a number of color palettes for you to choose. But if I had to scroll down over here on the opening page, as you can see here, I'm already presented with a number of different color palettes that work together. Some will have 3 colors, some 4, some 5, even some will have 6 of them. It's effectively up to you in terms of what you feel, what it is that you would like to utilize for your pins in order to grab people's attentions, okay? And when you're happy with a particular color palette, let's say we want to choose this LGBT flag colors, which is effectively the colors of the rainbow, we can just click on it, and in a few moments you'll start seeing a lot of information pertaining to the colors. As you can see, we have the hex codes down here at the bottom, but if you scroll down a little bit more, you have more information. You have the RGB values, the CMYK values, but effectively what I do is I just copy the hex code, and then I go back into Canva, and if I want to change the orange to that red, I'm just going to click on the orange here. I'm going to choose the color picker, and I'm going to paste the hex code that I got from Scheme Color, and as you can see, I am now using that red. So it's really easy to use. You get rid of a lot of guesswork, uncertainty as to whether or not the colors are actually going to gel together. And again, it's just helping your pins, your social media posts to look that much more professional. Now, aside from creating your own pin via the canvas of 1000 by 2000 and utilizing the templates that are available on Canva, another tip that I want to show you is the creation of video pins. Now, just for you to know, Pinterest as of late have been giving a lot of preference to video pins. That means that anybody who puts up a video pin, more often than not, that pin gets a lot more exposure than your standard photo type pins. Why? Well, as many of you know, there's TikTok and Instagram Reels, and these are hugely popular, and Pinterest does want to compete against those, so they have, as of late, really pushed towards people creating video pins and are rewarding users who put up video pins with more exposure. Now, it is really simple to create video pins on Canva. So let's just start back with a fresh canvas. So what we'll do is we'll just go back home here. We're going to click Create a Design, okay, and we'll choose Custom Size. We'll go 1000 pixels by 2000 pixels. As you can see, if you saw, I did 2100 pixels. For some reason or another, when I used 2100 pixels, a piece of my pen got clipped off. Now, I don't know whether it was a glitch or not. When I actually created a canvas of 1000 by 2000 pixels, everything stayed nicely where it needed to be, and it was shown nicely in the Pinterest feed. So for me, I used 1000 by 2000. Okay, so let's assume for a moment that we want to create a video pin. Well, on Canva, they've got you covered too as well in the video section. So if I just click on video over here, okay, I'm going to be presented with a number of generic videos based on anything and everything under the sun. But if I want to be a little bit more specific, and since we were working with dogs, let's see if we had any videos pertaining to dogs. I'm just going to click on dog. And as you can see here, we have a number of videos. And by the looks of it, a lot of them you would need to use the pro version in order to be able to download the pin without, having to have to pay for the membership. Now that can actually be very, very frustrating, particularly if you're not in a position as of yet to actually subscribe to the pro version. And again, you don't really need to. There is another way that you can work your way around this, and basically you can utilize a website called Vexels.com. So I'm going to bring that up right now. Vexels.com, okay, as it denotes, contains a library of photos and videos in various orientations that you can actually download copyright free and actually transfer them onto Canva to use in your video pin creation. So how do you go about doing that? Well, basically, when you're presented with the front page of the website, in the search field area, you just simply need to obviously key in your keyword. In this case, we're going to choose dog. Okay, we hit enter. Now, by default it's going to show you the photos. If you want to choose something which is in terms of videos, you just need to click on the video tab here. There are 4.8 thousand videos pertaining to dogs, and they're going to show you every orientation of video. If you want to condense it and sort of like refine your search, it's very simple to do. All you need to do is click on orientation and choose the vertical orientation. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, and then it's just a question of scrolling through. You can either choose according to the categories that they have here at the top, or you can just simply scroll through the feed, and when you find something that you like, you can just click on it. So let's see, this actually looks like a funny looking dog here. Okay, nice summery shirt. So let's just click on that. Okay, once we're happy with it, okay, we can see that it's 13 seconds in length. We're just going to click free download. We'll wait for the video to download, and then you're going to show it in your folder. Now, my folder is just off camera at the moment here, so basically, so that we don't clutter up all of the screen, we're just going to hop back over to Canva, and then what I'm going to do is from the folder where I have this video saved, I'm just going to click and drag it into Canva. As you can see here, I've got the thumbnail of the video sort of faded out. I'm just going to drop it in the canvas. Wait for Canva to load it up, okay, and it's going to center it. Now what I want to do is I just want to resize it to fit the entire canvas. So to do that, I'm just going to click in and drag it to any corner that I would like, grab the opposite handle and just resize it accordingly. And then if I just want to move it, I can do so. And if you want to have a look and see what it looks like, you're just going to click on this tab here. It's 13.8 seconds in duration. Obviously you'll see this over here. Now obviously it's cute, but it's a little bit boring. We want something that's going to be a little bit more eye-catching. And this is where we can actually include text. We can animate the text onto the video so that when we download it and upload it to Pinterest, it's going to be eye-catching. It's going to stop that potential customer get in their tracks to take a deeper look at what this particular video is all about. And obviously in clicking it, they're going to be able to see the description that goes along with the pin, and hopefully click on the link that would obviously lead to your shop. Now, how are we going to go about doing this? Well, I don't know about you, but when I have been looking at various social media feeds, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I have been noticing that more and more often I'm always being bombarded with these buy me type of posts. You know, click here to buy, click here to purchase. And in truth, for me, as a potential customer, I tend to allow it to wash over me. I just basically scroll past them. I don't even give them a second thought. And I have a sneaking suspicion that there are many, many potential customers out there who probably do the same thing. Now, how are you going to get people to stop and take a look at your posts? Well, the one strong recommendation that I would obviously offer is avoid going for the jugular with respect to, using the phrase buy me or click here to purchase. Instead, what I want to suggest that you do is that you actually either educate or entertain people through the posts that you create, be it a photo pin or a video pin. Okay? You want to entice them to click on it and give them some valuable information. Okay, don't just spam them and promise something that you don't give them, because that would obviously be demotivating to the potential person who could be a customer of yours, and obviously they'll just bounce and probably never click on any of your posts again. So you're going to give them a little bit of information and then actually guide them to your shop without using the word buy or purchase. So let's say, for example, that we were doing a design about dogs, okay, dog mom or dog dad or what have you. As you can see here, at the moment, I have nothing referring to the design. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a caption stating something along the lines of 5 characteristics of a good dog dad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the square element here, and I'm going to just drag it to the top and stretch it out so that I can create a blank space for my caption. Okay, and what I'll do is I'm going to change the color from brown, and what I'll do is I will sample a different color. So I'm going to choose the eyedropper, And let's say I'm going to choose, let's say this blue here. Okay. Now, once I'm happy with that, I want to add some text, and I want the text to be white. So after I choose add a heading here, I'm going to drag it into place. And I'm actually happy with Open Sans Extra because it's a nice bold font. And we're just going to type 5 qualities. We're going to use them in caps. Qualities of a. Now what we'll do is we'll just move this over, making sure it's center. We're going to change the color to white. See how easy it is to change it. And then what we'll do is we're just going to duplicate. That's blue background. I'm going to drag it back down. And we'll just open it up a little bit, and then we'll click on the title. We'll duplicate that, and we'll drag that down. And now we'll just double click in the field, Control A to select all, and we'll type in dog dad. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to make it nice and big and bombastic, so we're just going to increase the size just by clicking on the plus and watching it obviously increase in size until it gets to a point where we are happy about that. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll just center it down a little bit. What I'll do is I'll just hit enter after qualities, and I'm going to hit Control A on the keyboard to select it all, and I'm going to decrease the line spacing. So we'll just take that down a little bit. Let's just take it down to 1. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll just bring it up here, and I will highlight the 5, and let's just take it up to 100. To make it a little bit larger, what we'll do is we'll just decrease the size of the words qualities of a, and we'll just take those down to about 70. I'm happy with that. Okay, so as you can see here, it's already looking really great. And if I want to see how the video looks, I just click on the preview. And as you can see here, we have a bit of a video which is going to grab people's attention in the Pinterest feed. We've got a nice captivating caption. Okay, 5 qualities of a dog dad. And when I'm happy with it, I'm just going to click on download and choose, keeping the default setting at MP4 video, we're just going to click on download. Now, while that's downloading, we actually want to keep to our promise of 5 qualities of a dog dad. So if we just open up a new tab and type in, what are 5 qualities of a good dog dad? Okay, we'll just see what comes up. So we have this one, 5 signs that you're an exceptional dog dad. So we can just click on that. All right, now what we're going to do here is we're going to paraphrase from this website. We're not going to copy verbatim because obviously that would be stealing, and you are obviously a lot better than that. But what you can do is you can actually go through and basically see what it is that they have presented and paraphrase it into your own words. So what I've already done is I've already gone ahead and paraphrased the text on this website, and in order to ensure that I stay within the 500 character limit that Pinterest obviously allows for the description, I utilize another website called Character Count Online to make sure that I don't exceed the 500 character limit. I've already paraphrased the 5 different signs of what makes a guy a good dog dad, and I've typed them out over here, and as you can see, so far I'm only up to 396 characters. Okay, so I'm going to use this text onto Pinterest momentarily with the pin that I've created, and we're going to hop over onto Pinterest right now so that we can see how to go about doing it. Okay, so here we are on Pinterest. Let me just clear these things down. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a pin. Okay, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to drag and drop my video pin onto Pinterest. So I'm just going to go back to my folder where I have the video pin, and I'm just going to click and I'm going to drag it onto Pinterest. And as you can see here, it's already stretched out the pin to fit the dimensions of the video pin I've created. And now for my title, I just want to type basically what the caption says: 5 qualities of a good dog dad. Or rather, 5 qualities of a dog dad. Okay, Now, in the description area, we're going to copy what we actually paraphrased. So just going to Control C to copy, go back to Pinterest. As you can see, it doesn't take long. It's really easy to do. Okay. And Pinterest is telling me that I have 99 characters left. Now, this is where I'm going to sort of lead the potential customer to my shop by putting in something really cute and dog related to actually get them to click on the link above in order to visit my shop once I've obviously added the destination link down over here. So you could actually go ahead and type in something like this. So you could say, so if you fit into any of these qualities, click on the link to see some dog dad related merch or something along the lines there. Again, you see, I didn't actually ask them to buy anything. I didn't ask them to purchase anything. I'm actually making the person a little bit curious as to what could this dog dad related merch actually be, in which case they would actually click on the link to visit my shop, scroll through, and hopefully if they like what they see, and if the design is good enough and of a great quality, then they'll click on it and make the purchase. So that's effectively how to go about using Canva to create an interesting video pin. So there you have it, everybody. Today we looked at 5 easy to use, actionable steps that you could put into practice with your own print-on-demand designs just using the free version of Canva. Again, as I stated in the episode, it is fundamentally important that you start using the Pinterest platform, because in the process of uploading your designs onto the Pinterest platform, and don't forget, you want to make sure that you're either entertaining or educating when you are actually posting your pins, the Pinterest algorithm is going to see your consistency and it's going to reward you quite handsomely by actually showing your pins to potential customers who could potentially become returning customers to your shop. So this is not something that you want to push aside and take lightly. Pinterest is a huge beast of a platform. There are millions of people using this platform on a daily basis, and it's definitely something that you want to tap into. So I certainly hope that you enjoyed this episode, that you got value out of it. Don't forget to hit the like button if you did. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now.